Over 500,000 Canadians experience sexual assault each year. People who go through these experiences may go on to develop mental health issues, including post-traumatic stress disorder and depression, both serious mental health disorders that can impact a person's daily living and well-being. If individuals are able to share their experiences, it can help connect them with support, treatment, and resources that can prevent future negative outcomes. Unfortunately, these experiences often go unshared. Sexual assault is one of the lowest reported crimes in Canada. Statistics Canada estimates that only 6% of sexual assaults are reported in total. It is also reported that many choose not to share their experiences because of stigma, such as they feel their experience was not severe enough, or they were previously made to feel like they were responsible for the event. This video will discuss the stigma associated with sexual assault and how to best support individuals who have experienced sexual assault in an effort to increase disclosures. A disclosure is when a person chooses to make information, usually secret, known. In sexual assault cases, a disclosure is when a person chooses to tell someone if they have experienced a sexual assault. People are most likely to disclose to their friends and family about experiencing assault. Studies have found that how friends and family react following a disclosure can have a large impact on that person's future well-being. Positive reactions, such as validating their experience, can lead to care, treatment, engagement in legal action, and prevent future harm. Negative reactions, such as minimizing and victim blaming, can lead to re-traumatizing the individual and increase their chances of developing post-traumatic stress disorder. Negative feedback can also prevent individuals from future disclosures out of fear of receiving more negative reactions. This, in turn, can delay getting access to treatment and supports. Unfortunately, negative reactions are common. These negative reactions are often rooted in stigma and stereotyping. This can occur due to a phenomenon called rape myths. These myths are a set of beliefs that places the blame on the victim instead of the perpetrator, such as, she was asking for it, she shouldn't have drank so much. However, in sexual assault cases, it is never the victim's fault. So how are our beliefs impacting our perception of others, and why does it matter? Researchers have found that the way an individual looks, for example, the emotion on their face, may be impacting how they are perceived by others. This is known as the emotional victim effect. The researchers found that victims who showed more negative emotions, such as sadness, are more likely to be believed than those who do not. This is because their expectation matches what they are observing. For example, if someone is a victim of a crime, you may expect this person to feel sad or upset. Therefore, when you see a victim appearing upset, you may be more inclined to believe them. However, if this person appears to be feeling a different emotion, such as apathy or confusion, according to the emotional victim effect, you may not find their experience as credible. This effect can also occur in sexual assault cases and can be greatly influenced by harmful victim-blaming beliefs. Because victim-blaming beliefs suggest that the victim is at fault for the assault, research has found that individuals displaying shame, an emotion associated with guilt, are more likely to be believed than those who don't. This is extremely problematic because there is no correct emotional response. The emotions experienced following an assault are complex and can vary from person to person. Just like how each person is unique, so is the way they process, feel, and understand their experiences. Further, how we refer to someone who's experienced sexual assault may also have an impact. When you think of a victim, what do you see? When you think of a survivor, does that image change? Emerging research has found some evidence that labels can also create stereotypes. Specifically, people who are labeled as victims are more likely to be expected to show feelings of sadness, whereas survivors are more likely to be expected to show anger. As discussed, sexual assault experiences are complex, and the emotions and feelings following an assault may vary between individuals. If it is normal for those who have experienced sexual assault to feel different emotions, but it is also normal for others to have expectations on how they must feel, how do we help the believability of victims and survivors who come forward? The American Psychological Association, or the APA, released recommendations to use person-first language when referring to sexual assault. This would mean saying person or individual who experienced sexual assault, instead of using the labels survivor or victim. Research is currently being done to determine the exact relationship between person-first language and stereotypes in sexual assault scenarios. However, in the meantime, person-first language provides an option to help navigate around potential label stereotypes. In addition to understanding the stigma associated with sexual assault, you can also learn how best to support someone if they choose to disclose to you. Here are some do's and don'ts recommended by Bogan and colleagues on how best to support disclosures. Do listen without judgment or interruptions. Make sure to let the person speak until they are finished. Don't cut them off, distract them, or attempt to get them to talk about something else. This could imply that you are not interested or willing to listen to them. Do thank them for trusting you and make sure they know you are on their side. Don't pry. Don't ask unnecessary questions or for more details. Let them tell you what they want to tell you. Don't blame them or imply that they were in any way responsible for their experience. Do express non-blame. Assure them that it's not their fault. Provide validation and belief. Let them know you believe what they are saying, that what happened to them was as they say it happened. Don't assume their reactions. For example, that they will be visibly hurt or upset. As discussed, reactions can vary. Someone may appear unemotional or calm during their disclosure, while others may be more reactive. In addition, don't treat the individual differently, as if they are damaged or broken, or like they are unable to care for themselves. Do provide emotional support. Remind them that they are valued. Don't respond in an overly emotional, angry, or upset way. They are trying to process and deal with their trauma. This is not the time they should feel they have to comfort someone else. Do provide tangible support. This kind of support involves directly helping an individual in concrete ways. For example, if the individual desires, help them access resources such as local or online crisis centers, support groups, therapists, or mental health counselors. However, don't try to take control of their decision-making process, such as pushing counseling or pressing charges. Instead, let them decide how they want to handle the situation, and then provide support accordingly. Here are some additional tips on statements to avoid and statements to use after hearing a disclosure. Don't say, "What were you wearing? Were you drinking beforehand? Did you have a sexual history with this person?" You have to press charges. "Why didn't you just leave? Why didn't you fight back?" Do say, "I believe you. Thank you for trusting me. What can I do to best support you through this? This was not your fault. You did nothing to deserve what happened to you. Are you interested in learning about resources that can help you through this process?" It is also important to remember that hearing disclosures can be hard. It can be emotionally taxing and draining. Engaging in self-care following hearing a disclosure can help reduce any stress or negative emotions that might have come up for you. Taking some time to support yourself will allow you, in turn, to best support others. If you or someone you know is struggling and seeking help following a sexual assault, please see the links in the description below for online, confidential, and immediate care resources. Additional information and references used in the video are also provided in the description below.